although not playing great, but they are hot on their heels. They're in the next spot. And some news with Philly as they get back to action coming up on Saturday. Carter Hart gets the start in goal tomorrow per the Flyers. Alain Vigneault waited until after he spoke to Carter Hart and Brian Elliott before publicly relaying that news. Of course, we know the situation that's being dealt and handled down there in Philadelphia. With the way you see it being handled, are there going to be ripple effects of this going forward, not just this mini incident?
I mean, I'm curious to see. You know, I've been saying that Carter Hart is a really bright, mature young man, supremely talented, supremely focused, and by everybody that I speak to in Philly and beyond that have played with him, that have trained with him in the offseason, everybody talks about just how focused he is on his game and how mature he is and what his work habits are like. And then the Flyers came out, and some of the comments from head coach AV didn't reflect that. And quite frankly, I don't think that those are necessarily accurate. And I think the big challenge now that I'll be looking for is his body language, and also in the event that he does get scored upon, how is he able to bounce back, and how is he able to shake that off and kind of insulate himself mentally from some of the comments that were public. And some of these things, and I can tell you this, I've been through this before, some of these things tend to be very damaging. And they're very damaging because as a player, if you know you're not playing well, and Carter Hart knows he's not at the top of his game, but he's not alone. And everybody says, like, he never hangs out any of his teammates to dry. He's always accountable. Hey, I'm not playing as well, or I need to make this save, or what have you. But the point in just revisiting the damaging piece is you've got an outstanding young asset here, and also a great young man. And you have to manage the man and the person inside of the jersey and the gear. And they've fallen short on that, so I'm curious to see where this goes from here.
Yeah, I've heard you strike on this a couple of different times, and I really do agree with you. You know, I agree with the conceptual idea of, hey, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's just pull him out of the mix.
Totally.
Give him some practice time, because practice time is really at a premium right now.
No question.
But give him some time to just work on his game. Let's give the support staff around him. Let's retool and allow Carter Hart the opportunity to get back to form. The one thing you didn't need to provide was make really any kind of a public statement apart from we're pulling him out of the mix for a couple of days. The rest of it, the outward, you know, kind of supplanting it, supporting it with reasons and so, some of the things that Carter Hart might perceive as, you know, somewhat of an attack on his personal training habits or things like that, it felt to me like piling on. Didn't need to do it. You just make the simple decision. We're going to take him back. We're going to have him work on his game, and it could really end there. I think AV and perhaps you know, broader circumstances within the organization said more than needed to be said.
No question. Listen, before coming here today, I was listening to Toto Wolff, the great principal of Mercedes-AMG Formula One, that have just won 7 straight championships with the great Lewis Hamilton at the wheel, who will go down as the best driver of all time. 7 Formula One, 7 straight. So that's like winning 7 straight Stanley Cups.
Absolutely.
Right? And I'm listening to Toto Wolff say, hey, listen, we do this in collaboration with everybody. It's everybody at the factory in Germany. It's everybody at the factory in the UK. It's everybody in the paddock. It's our whole team, technical team, pit crew, everybody, all the way up to Lewis Hamilton. And it's a collaboration, and that's the thing. When things don't go well, it can't be, okay, the guys don't go well, he's not going well, they're not going well. You win as a team, you lose as a team, and that doesn't only limit itself to the players. That goes to the coaching staff, that goes to the managerial staff, and everybody involved. That old kind of antiquated model has to go. There's no place for that nowadays. Now you got to be very contemporary in how you manage your group. It's important.
Right. Carter Hart back in the pipes tomorrow. We'll see if they have the F1 approach. They can hit the pedal on the right this time, the gas, and shoot up the standing.